Can homeopathy help you on the mental and emotional as well as on the physical side? I'd like to share with you the past 2 months and my diary and how it's looked over the past 2 months. So, my eye started to develop a grey cloud in my left eye, which was masking my vision, and this started to develop very rapidly within a matter of 2 days. I made an appointment to go and see the optician, and the optician referred me to Western Eye Hospital straight away. So I went to Western Eye Hospital and they told me that I had a tear on my eye which was starting to detach my retina. They asked me to come back 10 days later, and that I did. So in the meantime, I started to take my homeopathic tablets to address the symptoms of a detached retina, and within a matter of a week my vision started to come back. Not completely, but I could see considerably more within 7 days. 10 days later I went back for my appointment, but before that my mother passed away. In fact, 5 days after I'd gone for my first appointment, emergency appointment at the hospital, my mother passed away very suddenly. She had a great day, and in the evening, within a matter of 2 hours, she started her onward journey. So no word of a warning, it came as a complete shock. So once again, I turned to my homeopathy and to address the symptoms of shock, loss and grief, not just for myself but my family also. So when I went back to the hospital for my follow-up appointment, I had to make a decision there and then as to whether I was going to stick with the homeopathy and continue with the homeopathy, or whether I was going to opt for the surgery. And as my mother's funeral was only 2 weeks away, and this is during lockdown, I made the decision there and then to have the surgery done that day, and I did. I took my pouch of homeopathic remedies with me in case I did take surgery that day, and I did. So as soon as the surgery was over, I started to take my remedies to help me deal with the trauma that my eye had experienced, as well as the pain, as well as the healing. And during this surgery, I had a gas bubble inserted in my eye to ensure that the retina was going to attach securely to my eye. Fast forwarding 2 weeks from that day, I started to notice that my vision was starting to deteriorate again, and this I noticed a day before my mother's funeral. I had to go through with the funeral, obviously, and then the following day was my follow-up appointment anyway. I went along to the appointment, and at that time I was told that I needed further surgery because I had developed scar tissue, and the scar tissue had caused my retina to detach again. So the very next morning I returned to the hospital for more surgery, and this time a lot more surgery. I had the gas bubble removed, I had cryotherapy, laser therapy, and a whole host of other procedures took place within that hour and a quarter, and I have to say it was the most excruciating pain that I have ever experienced, and it was traumatizing. And I had an silicone oil bubble inserted in my eye. So as soon as I left the surgery, I then took my remedies again. I hadn't taken a single painkiller during both surgeries, and after both surgeries rather, and I've continued with my homeopathic remedies ever since. Now, going back to my original question, does homeopathy support you on the mental and emotional as well as the physical symptoms? It absolutely does. I took homeopathy for the loss, the grief, the trauma of losing my mother. I took homeopathy for the pain that I endured with the surgery both times. And let me add that I haven't taken a single painkiller during both procedures. I've taken homeopathy to address any possible side effects of the local anaesthetic both times, and I've been taking a whole host of remedies in my pouch to support the healing of my eye, the healing of the detached retina, and so forth. So yes, it has helped me on the mental and emotional as well as the physical, and all this took place within 2 surgeries took place within 2 weeks of each other, with a death of my mother in between. I do have more procedures on the way, and if you do look at my eye, you can see that my left eye is slightly smaller and a little bit red, but it's doing really well, and thankfully I have most of my vision back in that eye now. Thank you for listening, and the reason why I wanted to share this with you today is that homeopathy is amazing. It's healing, it's safe, it's natural, and it's holistic, and it addresses the whole person. So if it's something that you feel that you could benefit from, or if you'd like to consider it in the future, please do give it some thought. And if you'd like to follow me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and LinkedIn. And if you'd like to read more about my work, then please search rebalancinglife.com. Take care for now. Thank you.